it's finally time to carry out an idea I've had since the moment Call the Wild theAngler was announced. Hunting and fishing in the same video, and I wanted to, at least in this instance, do the fishing first, primarily because the early access right now is for Call the Wild theAngler, but also due to the fact that you can't change time in Call the Wild theAngler, I thought it would make more sense to do a morning fishing trip and then an afternoon hunt over in Way of the Hunter. And I chose these two games because the art style actually is pretty close. I think they'll blend pretty well, and we'll kind of see how we do here. What's going on, Kyla? Danny's in here as well. Actually want to get the angler. It actually looks good. I've got a video coming out tomorrow, which is basically... The title will probably be like, is the angler worth your money? And there's been very differing opinions on that, so I'm intrigued to see what people think of that. And, you know, the more content we can do at the moment in-game will hopefully help people to make decisions. Are you wearing clothes this time? Yes, you can see my gloves and stuff. If you guys missed Friday's live stream, that was an absolute blast. Mel actually has a little bit of a recap on our channel if you guys want to check that out. So there is a little lake down in here that I have not fished yet, and I really want to go and check out. It is only accessible by boat. Well, at least to get to the island. I don't know what lives there, so we're going to go and see. What's up, Zero? Good fishing today? Thank you, man. I'm sure we'll need all the luck we can get. Are there walleye? There are sauger, which are very, very similar, but not the exact same thing. Well, is the angler worth my money, Fluent? So, you may be disappointed to learn that my answer at the very start of the video will be, I can't make the decision for you, but I do think I can at least help in giving, like, relevant information to make such a decision. So is there going to be like a fast travel point here? Oftentimes with the docks there are, but that may not be the case. Nothing's unlocking. We'll use our little boat dock assist thing. There we go. Ashton, thank you for the 17 months, by the way. Welcome back. Appreciate all the lovely compliments. Okay, down to this little lake. I have no idea what's here, but I'm excited to see. I actually saw this on day 1 and never went over here, so this will be intriguing. Be assertive, yes or no? No, you. When's it coming to PlayStation? I actually do not know. There's kind of an oddly low amount of information out regarding console. Oh my, channel cats, yellow perch, mountain whitefish, northern pike, rainbow trout, all in this little place. Well, let's see what we can pull out of there. These little things, by the way, are mission related, and if I didn't have the audio muted for the warden, we'd hear some little spiel from him right now, but let's see, there's a little something over there. What do we have on here? A spinner bait, I think that'll work. Ben, thank you for the 8 months, by the way. Are the alerts not working? They should be. Please pin my message about console. Okay, hang on. I'll have to tab out to do that. Diamond rainbows equals steelhead? I mean, a 20-pound diamond rainbow is, or a 20-pound rainbow in general, perhaps, I should say, is quite the accomplishment, so maybe that's kind of what they were going for. What's up, Ike? Working hard, I assume. There's the alerts working. I don't know what was going on there. I think that was Chris's alert that actually showed up on screen, at least. Thank you for becoming a channel member. It says renewed, but I think my thing is lying to me, so if you are a new member, be sure to join the Discord, link up your Twitch, get the sub roll, get all the good stuff that comes along with that, and enjoy the emojis here in chat, as well as the green name. Is that a golden trout just scooting on here? I don't know what that was. A perch? That is a perch. A gold perch. I think that's the first time we've actually had that happen. So let me shoot the fish. Yeah, I know. Let me see if I can pin Kyla's comment, if I can even find it. Be lucky if I can accomplish that. If only I had a reason to walk right now, I'd use auto walk, but I do not. Let's see. Please pin my message. No, I had it. Where'd it go? No release date for console. There we go. Done. Cool. So, Bottom Boy had a membership renewal as well. Working very hard. I don't see that in my alerts either, though. Why is it doing me like this? I wanted to hear the spiel? What spiel? Oh, the, is it worth your money spiel? So what things are a must change in the angler? The camera, for one, is an absolute problem. I really, really wish the camera would stay either on the fish or just like on your lure rather than... It seems to follow the end of your rod. And that just... I don't know, it takes away from the immersion. I don't want to be looking at my rod, I want to be looking at the fish. So if they can fix that, oh my god, what was that? Something huge just surfaced on the other side. Oh, okay. Well, the good news is we can definitely cast that far. Let's see if it wants it. Max Productions, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Content's been fantastic lately. I thought you might have been Max Bank. I was thinking that might have been the case. I think we just hooked whatever that is. Oh boy. It's taking line too. Let's increase drag a little bit. This might be interesting, because I thought it was it's a pike. That makes a little more sense. Anyway, I've been really happy with the amount of content we've been able to push out lately, so thank you. Is this your favorite fishing game? I've never played a fishing game I've actually liked. I generally do enjoy this one, so I would say yes. Gonna be interesting trying to bring in a pike where it doesn't really have anywhere to go. Like, you can see it's kind of hitting 25-ish meters there, and then it can't go farther. Because you kind of have to wear them out. This'll be something. Do you use Streamlabs for streaming or something else? I use Stream Elements. I used to use Streamlabs OBS. They kind of had some pretty poor business practices, and not anything to do with me, just like not good for their employees and stuff, so I've stopped using their software. It'd be incredible if they made a fishing game in a few years. If THQ made a fishing game in a few years with how great their details and animal reactions are, hey, maybe it'll happen. I do think Call of the Wild theAngler's in a good place generally, like a good starting position, but they have a long way to go before it's, you know, perfect. I would actually, I'll give you guys a little spoiler as to what my video tomorrow talking about, like, is it worth your money? Basically, my assertion is worth remembering this is a Call of the Wild game. And the Hunter Call of the Wild is not a perfect simulation by any means, but it is rather entertaining and appeals to a pretty broad audience, and I would expect Call of the Wild theAngler to kind of be the same, or to fall into the same category, maybe I should say. Absolute Noob was watching your tips on Way the Hunter yesterday, trying to figure out why I couldn't see the same content, to realize I had a completely different game. Wait, which game do you have? What is your biggest fish in pounds? We got a 34-pound lake trout yesterday. I'm really sad to say I've seen a 35-pound diamond and ours was a gold, so we were so close. I don't like seeing the black screen when you catch a fish. Yeah, a fish landing animation would be fantastic. Would really help. What's your go-to hunting rig? I've got a new 6mm or 6.5. Creed on the way for whitetail this season. I'm assuming 6.5, but maybe I don't know what a 6. Hey, there could be. Maybe it is a 6. I don't know. Either way, feel free to correct me because I'm less familiar with the 6.5 or 6 than I should be. Anyway, so I got a Weatherby Vanguard 7mm Mod 8. Bought that in early 2020, and finally this past year, both myself and Kyler were able to take a deer with that gun, and I absolutely love it. Russian Fishing 4 is better than Fishing Planet? Okay, so I'm actually curious because I haven't really played either. It is 6mm, okay. A little less familiar with that caliber. What was I saying? Right. So I haven't played a lot of fishing games. When you say Russian Fishing 4, I almost called it Russian Simulator. That might be something else. When you say Russian Fishing 4 is better than Fishing Planet, is it a better simulation or is it like a more entertaining game? I'm really curious. Don't think I'm gonna buy this game for a while? Yeah, that's fair enough. I think when it gets more content, like more maps, more equipment and all that, is going to help. Fishing Planet's very pay to win. I've heard that it is, isn't it like $1,000 if you buy all the DLCs full price? I went with a 6.5, is it Howa? Shut up, black wildebeest just smaller than a mule deer. Nice. This, I feel bad for this pike because it can't go anywhere. Like, it's trying to get farther away and it can't, but it's also not tired out enough for us to bring it in. Is there a way to lock the camera angle so it doesn't follow the rod so much? As far as I'm aware, no. I've gone through all the settings I can find. Nothing seems to help that. There's two ways they could fix it, really. Either give us a button to, like, free look, or just have the camera focus on the lure. Because I think because this game's made for console too, adding an extra button can be tough. You're already limited on, like, what buttons do what function. So I kind of think just making the camera look at the lure would be better. Can you wade a little bit? I don't know if you mean like while fishing, because you cannot move once you're casted out, but if you do mean just in general, you can get to a certain point, and then the game will send you a message saying, like, you're getting into deep water, please back up or something. The rod looks like bamboo? It does. I don't know if it actually is meant to be. There is a line from the, whatever her name is, at the Taylor's Tackle bait shop. She says, like, the rods are made from old rifles or something, which makes very little sense, unless maybe they mean parts of the handles, or maybe the metal in the eyes. I'm not sure what the heck they meant by that, but weird thing that they added to this game. Hashtag big brain from Bottom Boy. Can you fly fish in the Angler? Not at the moment. That's another thing I'll talk about in tomorrow's video, that I think if they add like new mechanics like fly fishing, honestly, if the lures did a little more... Like, one thing that bugs me, I'll give you a good example. The popper. When you're fishing a topwater lure like that you're twitching, it should make like a pretty significant sound. You should get bubbles. You don't get any of that in this game, and it just sort of takes a little bit of the immersion out. Does the game have any officially licensed equipment? So, at launch they do not. The game designer on their first ever stream basically said they have a big array of fictional brands, but if the community wants to see licensed equipment, they could, like, see what they can do, or something like that. If this is a juvenile pike, it'll be somewhere between 10 and 15 pounds, I almost guarantee it. What a fight he's putting up. Yeah, he's not giving in at all. It's tough to gauge, though, because he can't... Like, I've had pike run all the way out to, like, 90 meters. He can't do that, so it's tough to gauge just how much fight he has left in him. What's your biggest fish yet? The lake trout that we caught in yesterday's video, 34 pounds, was our best. The FedEx guy walked across the bridge and stopped to look at the fish. Maybe he actually does like walking across then. Good for him. Is the game coming to console? It is, but not with the initial release. Unfortunately, the August 31st release date is PC only, which I really, really wish they either just would have delayed it for PC or, you know, gotten everything together for console as well. That said, if they're going to do kind of like what the Hunter Call of the Wild did and actually have more content in the base release for the console version, maybe that's a little more okay. Meanwhile, this guy is not coming in at all, but if they did... So with the Hunter Call of the Wild, I believe the ATV version, or the ATV DLC came with like the base version of the game, and there might have been one other thing. So if they do something along those lines, then it could be better, but it does kind of bug me that console's not going to get the game at the beginning. Well, the FedEx guy has been discovered by the dog. Out of PA2, can't wait for deer season. Hey, we're getting close now. It'll be a month on Thursday, I think. Technically probably a month on Saturday, but 30 days from Thursday. Got 2 foxes last night. I was successful in calling one in. 2 male cubs, nice. There's the answer I was looking for. I can't say it. Russian Fishing 4 is a better simulation, and the graphics and fight mechanics are much better than any game I've played. Also has very friendly and helpful community. That is definitely the kind of thing you're looking for in a fishing game. Now, I wish I had more like fishing simulation game experience to draw upon for my comparisons, but I've attempted to play fishing games. I've attempted Fishing Planet. I mean, back in the day I played some stuff, like a lot of you guys might be familiar with Sega Bass Fishing, much less in-depth game, but I don't know, I've never really been into a fishing game, and I do find myself in this one, for whatever reason, wanting to go back out and catch more fish. It's hard for me to explain it, but I think it mostly is like that it's not super grindy, it's not super boring, it's not overly simulation driven, which some people want a really accurate fishing simulation, and it sounds like Russian Fishing 4 is the way to go for that. Gotten buck picks every night? Nice. Oh, that's no good, Danny. Hope you feel better soon. Are you feeling any of the symptoms, or is it just like a positive test, but what's it called? Asymptomatic? Russian fishing went pay to win, so a lot of people stopped playing. Oh, that's no good. I think a lot of games kind of do that. I have hope with this being an EW game that it won't be pay to win necessarily. And to be honest, the state of the equipment as is in the base game is far more than capable for anything that we have right now. Now let's say they add like saltwater fishing and you can catch 300-pound fish or something crazy. Nothing in the game right now is going to be able to handle that. And at that point you'd expect other equipment that would have to be a DLC, but I don't know, is that pay to win? I don't feel like it is. I may have looked at what you got. I don't know what I got. I don't recall. I'm going to see if that alert pops up, Danny, for a minute before I read that, because I'd like it to be on screen. Russian fishing is free to play, but takes a while to get things at first, then it gets quicker. That's kind of, I think, probably the best way. I don't like games that sort of, you can reach almost like the end game right at the beginning. Why, hello.
You want to see?
Sure, what is it? Oh, I forgot. Jaxy messaged me about that. This is great timing. So, oh my god, that's so cool. I don't have a camera or anything to show you guys. Can I? Maybe I'll post it in Discord. Could you take a picture of that stuff and throw it in Discord?
Yeah.
So, really cool thing. Call the Wild theAngler, or I should say Expansive Worlds, perhaps, sent a little, like, care package thing. So there's a hat with the Call the Wild theAngler logo on it, which is awesome. And, like, a little tackle bag thing. What's the, little small guy in the middle there? Is that like a worm box? Yeah, little tackle box. Oh. What's in it? I really wish, if I had a camera right now, that would be so much better. I didn't intend to be doing this on stream. That is so cool. I'll make sure that we post the stuff in the Discord so you guys can see it. I'll go back and read that, Danny, before I get too far here. Although I'm kind of fighting a fish, so. What is the shark's favorite sandwich? Peanut butter and jellyfish. At least it's not peanut butter and pickles. Goodness. That's nice. That is really nice. Yeah, the fish is not giving up. It's quite the situation we have going on here between receiving things. Oh, that's one of the... So they, have you guys seen those wallet, like, multi-tools? One of those as well? Community posts some of us don't do Discord? I can do that as well. I can definitely do that. Just joined the stream. Are there trophy lodges yet in this? There are not. Now, the developers, or I should say the game designer more so, was very, like, very much for catch and release. So I think if anything, we're more likely to see like an aquarium, but even still, something that could allow you to, you know, see your catches. They've also sent like little postcards. That is so cool. I'll have to make sure that we do a big thank you post for that, because that's above and beyond just, you know, a thank you for doing like any kind of content. It is really awesome, Bottom Boy. I can't wait to show you guys. The hat is something I'll have to, maybe I'll wear that hunting or something, if I ever hunt in the blind, because it's a black hat with a blue logo. Good fishing? Well, so far, literally the second fish that we've hooked into is a pretty nice pike. And a poster. Maybe I'll hang that somewhere. Cool. Is that still the same pike? It is. We've made 0 progress. What is the best rod to catch a red deer? A 30-06 rod. Russian Fishing 4 has level lock maps and gear, which allows you to level up at the right speed and not outlevel your gear, and has weekly leaderboards so you can win in-game currency and rewards. I think, kind of like the Hunter Classic, how they have competitions, that's a smart way to keep people interested. Yank the pike in. I mean, I could try to do stuff like that. I don't think he's huge because we're not getting, like, really high tension very often, but then again, how long have we been fighting this thing? We've been live for 20 minutes. I feel like I hooked into it within 5. IDK, love your videos? Well, thank you. Kyler's in the process of photo taking, by the way, so I can post that.
What happened with little tackle box? It's like rock stuff, but I don't know if they meant to do that or if it broke on the inside.
Let me see. It doesn't look like anything broken to me. I think it's like little... I think it's almost like aquarium vibe is what they're going for. What did that say? Good grief, you could have reeled in a blue whale by now. Does all the letting take this long? Only when you hook into a fish that is heavier than your line weight. So like this is 13-pound test. I'm thinking this pike is probably 15 pounds, something like that. That's the only time you run into this. I can reel in a 35-pound lake trout in about 5 minutes with the correct setup. But running with a light setup in order to try to catch smaller fish, and we hooked into something big by accident. Bryce, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I certainly appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Big dono, indeed. Too generous, man. Need to add live tanks or a trophy... Oh, or trophy lodge? No cab? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you mean? I don't understand the lingo. Anyway, yeah, something... I'll mention this the whole video tomorrow. Spoilers if you're watching the stream, but it's fine, because it is just a, you know, is it worth your money type of video. Some kind of record keeping, whether it is an aquarium or a lodge. I even said like a photo album, just something to go back and look at your best for each species and try to beat it. This happened to me before a 12-pound test and an ultralight bait caster hooked into a 25-pound redfish. I've never had quite that degree. I had like 4-pound test and caught like maybe a 7-pound catfish. Similar kind of thing. You just don't reel. You do a lot of tiring them out, and when you don't feel them like pulling on the line, then you can gain a little ground. Are there trolling motors? They are not. I really hope that's going to be a thing that's added. They should make the trophy lodge with replicas of the fish. Hey, that's a thing too, right? Like, you don't have to... Well, let me put it this way. They can make it very clear that they are replicas. That's a thing in real life to begin with. And one thing, I haven't done maybe any missions on, like, on stream or in a video. By the way, we're going to end up catching like 3 fish. The entire fishing portion of this, if this keeps up. But, they are very, like, talking about the environment and how, like, certain human influence is bad on it and all that. So they could absolutely add voice lines talking about, like, okay, we don't kill the fish, these are replicas, all that sort of thing. I want more of an aquarium, look less like a lodge. It would make it, you know, its own thing, right? As opposed to the hunter call the wild bit fishing, basically. Caught my personal best largie, my boss, at a replica. Honestly, that's the way, right? Unless you're going to eat the fish. And can you get a fish that you've eaten mounted? I assume. It's just, I don't know. Killing the fish just to mount it doesn't really align with the entire purpose to me. What are you fishing for? Well, I was looking for perch and mountain whitefish, and we hooked into a pretty nice pike instead, so here we are doing this. Danny, thank you for the super chat. Today on Demo Ranch, we'll see if a northern pike can stop a 338 Lapua. Hey, what if we put like a foot of water in front of it? Maybe so. I think you got a moose. That is in the description, isn't it? Is that what I said? Will we reel in a moose? I think. Is the console release also going to be with PC release? It is not, and that's a big bummer. I really, really wish they would have been able to do a sim release. Unfortunately, that's not happening, but we really don't have much information about when console release is, and I wish they'd at least be upfront about that. If it's going to be a long time, just tell us. But, yeah, I don't know. We don't have any information to really make a determination. Is this your longest battle? The first pike, the first big pike that we caught on the same setup was about 23 minutes. We still haven't actually made any progress. He's still 25 meters out. And we're probably going on maybe 15 minutes now. When my stepdad caught his 14-pound brown trout, we got a replica and we'll never do another skin mount. I didn't know brown trout got that big. What was the... Do you know the measurements? Got a new fishing rod IRL today. I'm sure it's much better quality than the story I'm about to tell. But I ran to Walmart yesterday, and they had some, you know, not well-known brand of fishing rod. But it was a rod, reel, and line combo, I think 8-pound test. Not a great reel, it was 5.3 to 1 gear ratio, you know, just kind of meh. But it was like $5. It was a 5.5 foot rod maybe, not an ultralight. And I was like, well, Kyla could use a bass rod. $5 for a whole combo, even if there's like 1 year out of it. That is well worth the $5. Thoughts on the Angler. So I'm going to give a reasonably in-depth kind of like, is it worth your money review type video tomorrow. But basically my thoughts on the game at the moment are, it's comparable to the Hunter Call of the Wild, but in the fishing genre. It's not a super realistic fishing simulation, but it is a pretty fun game. Like, I don't play fishing games, I really have never been interested in fishing games. For whatever reason, like, I'm actually enjoying this. I find myself, I've been having a ton of fun with Way the Hunter, right? But I find myself being like, well, I kind of want to go catch lake trout again, as opposed to going and playing Way the Hunter. It's really gotten my attention. When does the beta test end? Well, the PC release is Wednesday, I think, so then. I hope I don't lose all the progress that we've made. I don't assume that we would, because I don't even think we had to opt into anything. You're addicted to the lake trout? Dude, they're so much fun. I really love catching them. They're the one fish where you really feel like you can feel the weight of the fish on the end of the line. What's up, Brett? Hope you're enjoying this fine Monday. I certainly am. Pretty cool thing happened, actually, probably like 5 minutes ago while trying to reel this fish in, as we're still doing that. I received a package from the developers, and they send a bunch of cool little stuff, including a Call the Wild theAngler hat. So Kyla's setting up a picture of that. I'll post it on... You know what I could probably do? It'll take me a minute, but I could probably just put it up on screen. Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, I know, Danny. I probably am not going to do a lot of jigging on stream. It's a good video thing because you don't have to see a bunch of it, but it takes too long. You know, too much jigging on stream to not make people sick. Zach, thanks for the super chat. Go catch a 30-pound lake trout in real life. I'd have to make like a 3.5-hour drive. Maybe if I go kill another big buck and I gotta go get it scored. Because I wasn't too far from Erie where I got my buck scored. Brown trout can grow up to 30 pounds, but rare to find them above 10? Where do they get up to 30? By the way, we have officially lost about 10 meters of progress. He's now heading over to the other side of the lake. Maybe he is really good. He looked huge when he surfaced, but hard to say. Jigging just thins out the weak from the strong. Yeah, everybody with a good tolerance for motion sickness. Don't need to hear about your jigging. Alright, I'll save that for another stream. Are you going to be able to fish in the ocean with offshore boats? At least not now. There's only freshwater fishing, but we may see saltwater fishing eventually. So the problem was I casted so far to the right to begin with. I can't turn any further left and control the fish to the left. A little bit frustrating. I don't know. If we're 20 minutes and we're losing ground here, this is going to be interesting. Maybe I'll turn up the drag just a touch. I don't want to snap the line. I think 60% is going to be okay. New Zealand has freaking huge trout. I feel like I kind of have heard that. Isn't this a little unrealistic? I would say that what I'm actually doing would cause it to be unrealistic because I'm reeling the entire time, right? And if I'm just non-stop reeling 13-pound test and the fish is stronger than that, it would just snap. But some degree of make it more fun just doesn't snap the line immediately. Now, if we let... Here, I'll show you. If we let that tension... I won't snap it, hopefully. If we let that tension meter go all the way up, it will snap. Now, we're using monofilament, which has some stretch in it. If you do that with braid, it snaps. So, you have to kind of take that into account. But basically, what you would do in this situation, if you hook into what is maybe, I don't know, an 18-pound pike on 13-pound test, and it's just running like this and taking line, and yes, running is a fishing term, you would more or less just let it do that and keep fighting it and keep leaving tension on the line, tire it out, and eventually bring it in. Can't you put on more drag? If I do much more, we're going to start getting too much tension, as you can see. If I go above like 65%, not right now, but once he actually goes again, because he's not. You want to run away, guy, and show what I was talking about? Yeah, maybe we can sit at 65. Might be okay. We are suffering for your inability to buy stronger mono. I can buy anything, but this line is for smaller fish. I can't wait until 9 RG release. Oh, I see what you're saying. The game 9 Rocks Gaming releases Way of the Angler. Oh my. How long has it been since the pike took the hook? 20 minutes, probably. And to be honest, we are 25 meters farther away now, like from reel to fish, than we were when we hooked him. Gonna reel in a 2-pound perch. If it's a diamond perch, I'll take it. There's a melanistic shark in front of my Bugatti. Hopefully, big male. What did that say? Slack on the line about 20 times, and with that set up, now no one is tiring that fish over 10 minutes. The slack in the line is frustrating. That should throw the or allow the fish to throw the hook, and it doesn't. That needs change. I've talked about that in my videos as well. What's up, Joe? Weekend was good. Did a lot of archery things, getting the bows tuned and all that good stuff. Biggest buck you've killed in real life? The buck that I shot last year was a... Goodness, can I have some tension? Was a 180 and 6/8 inch, not typical green gross score 14 point. Honestly, a 2-pound perch ain't bad. It would be bad if it took me this long to bring in, but it's a decent fish. Are there plans to release different types of boats? I hope so. Anything like that, like, you know, aesthetics are one thing, a bunch of boats that look different, but boats with different functions could be awesome. This is a podcast at this point, I feel it. I literally came here for small fish. If I'd have used my other rod, this wouldn't be a problem, but if he's big, then it's cool. If he's a gold, sad. Nice bottom boy, how far were you shooting? If I could look at the fish, by the way, I really dislike that I'm just looking way away from the fish. The fish will die of old age. That's the plan. Then I can just pull them in. Zach, thank you for the super chat. Cousin caught an albino channel catfish in real life a few days ago. Put it in his fish tank. It died because of stress. Oh, this is what I get for reading the chat. Well, that's annoying. Anyway. Stress and not enough space. Wheel. I think Zach did this to me on purpose. So I'm pretty sure fish that snap the line actually despawn. Wheel. Alright. Just for the heck of it, I'll just cast over in that area with the bigger rod. Get wrecked, nerd. I know. Zach did this to ruin my day. Pontoon boats that we can park in the middle of the lake. There you go. A little something different. Oof, indeed. That must have been a good one. Because the amount of time that we fought it for it to not go in at all had to be. Although I'm not sure how the mechanic works. If the fish tires only when like at max distance or something, that could be a different deal. I wonder if we got wrapped around something? Did the tension just go high? Like I wasn't looking at it. Are there catfish in this game? There are channel cats, yes. The heck? Is it a mountain goat? Yes, it is. Okay. Where'd you get the game? I was fortunate enough that Expansive Worlds gave me the opportunity to test it out in early access just a little bit early. I wish we could troll for trout, salmon, or walleye. Trolling is something that I really hope they add down the line. The problem is, see if I can show you guys this actually. I've shown it before, but the fish can't catch up to even this speed of reeling. They are way too slow in this game. That needs to be altered. Do you hog hunt in real life? I have. I would like to give it another try because the time that I went really was not a good, I don't know, a good example of what hog hunting should have been. I've told the story many times, but basically the place that we went, the guy was kind of more interested in showing off his cool gadgets and stuff for his hog hunting setup, which by the way were very cool, but he had trail camera photos of this hog coming in. I think it was midnight to 2 a.m. and we got in the blinds at 3 a.m. so our odds were not good. I saw a nice perch down there. Just got in from actually fishing, caught a really decent bass. Nice. Where did that perch go? It looked decent. What's your biggest bass in real life? Not that big, like 3.5 pounds maybe. I didn't weigh it, but I can only assume it was roughly in that area. I feel like it's kind of sad that you just buy skins for the boats instead of having to grind out the money to buy a boat and then upgrading. I would agree with that. I probably would prefer to see like you have to fish from the shore first until you have the credits and stuff. I don't mind that they let you get a boat early and just, you know, go wherever you want, but at the same time, it definitely can add like a degree of, maybe it adds a degree of longevity to the game if it takes time to work towards it. I think Kyla sent me the photo of the stuffs. Oh, she did. Look at that. Artsy out here. Okay, so let me get that on the screen. It'll take me a moment. Or 12. Chat has been pretty nice today. Been chilling. She actually sent me 2 photos, but let me see what the other one looks like. Ah, I better put them both. She worked too hard for this. Big 12. I saw a fish over there. Where'd it go? I'm pretty sure that we caught a perch earlier, so this bait should work for them. I don't know where he went. Maybe... Did I bring the smaller spinnerbait as well? I did. Okay, let's, for a moment, let me put the things on there. Didn't notice it was crooked? I didn't notice it was either. I need to save such images. So just to explain what's going on here right now. Literally during the stream, the mailman, I guess I'll just say, arrived, and evidently, Expansive Worlds has sent me a little, like, care package centered around Call the Wild theAngler. So I am about to get the pictures on screen. They're going to be way too zoomed in, just so you guys are aware of what's about to happen. Fish, we'll call that. So just be prepared for this to be, like, the size of the entire screen. We'll do this one first. Kyla's little creative thing here. Can I can't scroll out. I fixed it. Hang on. Okay. That's the first one from a little bit of a distance. She was indeed at the creek. And then I'll put the actual up close one and we can show what's on there. Fish 2. Professional operation out here. Okay. Let me zoom that out a little bit. So, if you can see there is the Call the Wild theAngler hat in the top right. You have the fishing rod was not part of it. I should probably make sure to clarify that. You have the little tackle bag there with a little mini tackle box, and I think I can't even see it that well. Keychain, compass. There's the wallet multi-tool as I mentioned. A bunch of cool little things they sent. So I got to make sure that I say thank you to those guys, because that's really awesome. That's especially for the fact that we already got the opportunity to play the game in early access and stuff. Super, super kind of them to actually send that, so I certainly appreciate it. Kyla with the 12 out of 12 photo skills. Yeah, I definitely would not have gotten that nice of a picture if it was me doing that. Thought it was an awful pic, but I was at 144p. That will quite significantly alter the quality. Would you ever consider fishing in this Susquehanna River? I have. Was it this past trout season? No. In 2021, I guess it was. My brother and I went. We drove like drove like an hour and a half away, and this place was just absolutely packed where we wanted to go. For me, it's no fun fishing shoulder to shoulder with people I don't know. Like, I don't mind fishing with people I know, but I'm really not a fan of, like, not even having room to breathe when I'm hunting or fishing, really. Like, I'm not there to run into a bunch of other people. I'm kind of there to get away from everything, if you know what I mean. I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree with that. So anyway, we ended up going to the Susquehanna and caught some wild brown trout that day. Are there a lot of small bodies of water? Yeah, there's a bunch of ponds. They have some really big lakes and stuff as well, and rivers and stuff. I do think the moving water mechanics could be better, but I like the rivers. Eventually here we gotta get moving because we're 40 minutes in now thanks to that pike that we didn't even catch. And I wanted to get to some other areas. There's a thick perch coming up out of there though. Let's see. See if he's interested in the spinner. What's up, Carson? What you need to do is come fish the Juniata and rip out some nice smallies. Many years ago I was there. Caught a fair number. Are you able to walk through creeks? Yes. At least if they're shallow enough. Nice. I don't know if I have a good perch photo. I don't know why they make it angled like that. Seems unnecessary. Okay, I'll take a quick glance around in case that pike is still here. Try to catch him on the other rod if he is, but I'm pretty confident. Snapped hook, snapped line I should say, fish despawned. So let's go somewhere. Maybe, here's the map by the way, Bottom Boy. You can see like all these little ponds. I haven't been to any of these. Let's just go to there. From here, you guys will get to see the interesting Jeep things. Have I shown them on stream yet? I'm not sure if I have. The driving is just weird. You can only drive in first person. If they made it third person, it would be a lot better. You know what? Hold on. Dumb thing, but do they have any camo Jeeps? Is there a release date for PC? August 31st, just a couple days away. That's camo. Yeah, let's get that one. Not very expensive, the vehicle skins. Again, and if they had like other features to them, like speed or handling or anything, that'd be nice, but I think it's a fishing game, not a racing game, so does that really matter? Probably not. Fishing is great and all, but not quite my cup of tea. When we stream Way the Hunter? In about 20 minutes we're heading over to Way the Hunter. And by the way, absolutely no problem with that. I do get that 100%. Diamonds Peak Outpost, what a name. Alright, so I guess we're going up there somewhere. But you can, I don't know if you guys can see what I mean. It's almost like you rotate on the center of gravity in the Jeep. Like there's not an actual steering that's happening there. It's weird to explain, but I'm not a huge fan of the way that works. Is Way of the Hunter worth it? Oh, absolutely. If you're interested in hunting games at all, I'd recommend that one. I saw... Oh, God, I gotta stop reading your messages, Zach. I saw someone asking for racing on Way of the Hunter trailer. I'll be honest, so Jeeps and stuff were asked for in the Hunter Classic for forever, and I was always super against it because I always felt it would just turn into a racing game, and it really didn't. So I wouldn't be upset if they added, you know, some kind of goofy little things, but not a major incentive. There's a footpath somewhere, I don't know where it is, for once obstacles are actually stopping this Jeep. That usually doesn't happen. Your Jeep zooms now, one away the Hunter. You don't get motion sickness? It gives me motion sickness to drive this thing, I'm not gonna lie. But we're also a mile from where I want to go. Can thank the fuel consumption and prices for that? That's probably true. You can tell this game is... You can tell this is a game because no one drives with hands of 10 and 2? You're right. Everybody does drive Jeeps like this, though. And then you gotta park it all one wheel up on a rock. Yeah, they paid me $100 to make that, Danny. Make a video of how not to drive for driver's ed. Things bumpy? It is. Some of the footpaths are actually easy to drive on, some are not. I wanted to just yeet up the hill. It's really not being that effective. What is that sound? There's really odd sounds in this game. We'll just run the rest of it, I suppose. 3 weeks ago Sunday, I caught 3-person limit of walleye on Lake Erie. Was great, but I lost... Wait, you lost your bait caster? Like to a fish, or how'd that happen? Have you fished at... I don't even know how to say that. Pin shot? I haven't. Not even sure how to pronounce it. It'd be faster to run at this point, yeah. I tried. They should allow third person for the Jeep. It would really help with like the motion sickness thing. It would allow you to see obstacles that you can't see very well when stuck in first person, and it would also help. There's a bug, I know Mel experienced it, I haven't had it, where like your viewpoint is messed up, it's too low and you're like looking through your jacket. There's another bug where your viewpoint's above the Jeep, which is better than what we just experienced, but still not good. Jake M, thank you for the super chat. Can you use a controller? Just wondering so I could hook up to the TV and play from the couch. Yes, you indeed can. They have any animals you can potentially spot while walking around? I saw a sign earlier today that said like Animal Crossing. I've heard everything from elk to bobcat to chickens, but I haven't seen any animals. What mechanics are you asking about, Sue? I missed something. Sorry. Ever been to Arkansas? Passed through it when driving to Texas, I do believe. This is why I wasn't running. I'm attempting the sprint right now. Going uphill does slow you down both in a vehicle and on foot. After 12 trolls and 2 mellas, I finally got a diamond mountain goat. You had 12 trolls and 2 mellas? That is some unfortunate luck. Shooting a diamond elk in Way of the Call of the Angler? Way of the Call, the classic angler? I did. I got a really stupid answer that wasn't helping. I just want to know if it's a button pusher or if you can actually cast with the mouse/stick. You can. There's 2 options, actually. So there's an accessibility setting, which does allow you to cast with the push of a button, or you can cast with like a mouse swing. I don't know what to call that. The thing is, you're very limited. Like, I would say your cast distance really isn't that well represented by how quickly or how far you move the mouse. To a degree you can control it. I don't know if you saw in the pond over there before we hooked the pike that ruined my day there. My attempt to cast full length, it said cast miss water because I would have cast it onto the bank. And then I, was a little lighter on the cast and was able to actually get it in the water. So you can control it, just not, they need to adjust that. The button push one, I think, actually is not just a push of a button. It's a meter that, like, kind of helps with that. If I remember right, the mouse thing that I was talking about, where it doesn't really represent how much speed or force you put into the mouse movement, It is a known issue, I believe. I want to see how a cast is interrupted by emotional damage. I don't know if I can dance while casting. It'd be difficult. Watching this hike reminds me of trying to get to the golden trout around here. I swear if I run into a lake with golden trout, I'm hopeful for mountain whitefish or perch or bass, to be honest. Walking simulator? Realistically, I should have taken the road over there, but I was trying to be quick. It's not quick. It was a mistake. Was this your first ever YouTube channel? It was the first one I ever, like, really took seriously. I have attempted, like, when I was probably 12 years old or something, I had some goofy channel where I attempted to do, like, Madden stuff, but maybe, like, 2 videos. The problem was back then, the internet speed of my parents was so bad. Even if I would try to upload a video, I just couldn't get it to work. Actually, that's the worst fishing sim ever. Steam explanation was that the devs are going to redefine the scene. They did. They show that Russian Fishing 4 has no competition for at least the next 5 years. 5 years could be a lot, but if you're talking about competition from this game, it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for, like, an authentic fishing experience, then yeah, this game's probably never going to bring that. I would look at it in the same light that the Hunter Call of the Wild fits into the hunting genre. It's not a really accurate hunting simulation. I would say Way the Hunter and the Hunter Classic do that better. But it is more accessible to, like, people that are less interested in a simulation and more interested in just, like, kind of having fun with an outdoor-ish game. I think that's where this game falls, and at least does a pretty decent job of that. Jake, thank you for the super chat again, by the way. I like it. Top 3 improvement ideas in case the devs are lurking. Number 1, do not have the camera follow the end of the rod. Make it follow the end of the line, or maybe even where the line meets the water. I think that probably would help. My next thing would probably be, you need smaller fish to spook when the line is too big. I've caught like 2-pound rainbows on 55-pound braid. That shouldn't happen. It just shouldn't. This is a cool place. I'm glad we came here. And then the last thing I'd probably say is just more variety within fish species. When you find a lure that a particular species like, basically all of them will hit it. I'd really like to see... There is a golden trout there, I knew it. I would really like to see, you know, some... Let's take golden trout since they're here. Some be very aggressive, some be a lot more cautious. To where, like, say the cautious ones maybe only hit on, like, live bait. And the aggressive ones maybe only hit on lures. And maybe there's ones that are more likely to hit on both, particularly when they're a smaller fish. Have you caught any sauger? No. And, oh, there's a salmon. Yeah, we can try to get that. I'm wondering, this is... So, I'll show you on the thing in a moment. But this could be a place where sauger could live. Get in here, fella. Never understood why people always prefer bass fishing in real life. I prefer pike. More aggressive, fight better, and taste better. I think bass is because they're so accessible. There's almost nowhere you can go that you just can't catch a bass within, you know, within reason anyway. What the heck? Let's try a swim bait. I think we're going to attempt a little bit of bait fishing here by the end, but I want to see if I can get the correct rod. If we can maybe catch a salmon on that. That cast was weird. I should have been able to cast farther than that. I prefer fishing for what's near me. That certainly helps. Like, I've always really loved trout fishing. I just like fishing moving water, which is why we did that video recently. But, yeah, like, if I have the opportunity to go... Like, my friend's pond had catfish in it, so I did a lot of catfishing when I was younger. That was what was available, so that's what we did a lot. Do you do a lot of fishing in real life? I do most nearshore saltwater stuff. I wouldn't say a lot. Like, I fished a good bit. This past year, I'd say... Now, they are almost exclusively fishing here at the creek that runs through our property. But, I don't know, 60 fishing trips? Several hundred hours of fishing anyway? 46. That's the first time I've caught one on a swim bait. Kinda cool. Let's do a spoon and see if we can get one of those salmon, and then we'll do some bait fishing for the last 10 minutes. Huh. That's a little better. Catfishing is just an excuse to get drunk near the water. My friend takes catfishing super seriously. when we went, I think was it the Susquehanna or the Clarion? Must have been the Susquehanna. We did a float trip down, and he managed to pull a catfish even out of the Susquehanna fishing with hot dogs. So we got the nickname from my cousins, Catfish, insert last name that I won't say. So when we would fish in his pond, I always took the opportunity if he looked away to like push the end of the rod down. I'd get him to try to set the hook as if he's catching a shark. That's all I ever did. I never bothered drinking because I would have gotten slapped by the face with slow reaction time doing all that. I can't believe you didn't show us level 12. I might have. I don't know. You can kind of see, by the way, those that were worried about how long it was taking to land that pike. Fish that are less than 13 pounds that this line can handle, not a problem. How much will the angler cost? Do we know an actual price? It's been predicted to be like $29.99, but I don't know if we know for sure what it'll be. What is this? I still haven't seen it. Oh, it's a rainbow. Wait. Why? You can't see it there. Why are we sunk down in the mud like that? Interesting. $29.99 is confirmed. Okay. Good to know. Okay, I'm gonna climb up here. I'll go into the handbook section. So, sauger apparently have shallow pond, deep pond, and lakeshore as habitats. I would describe this pond as probably a shallow pond. So in theory, we could get one in here. Bay preferences are redworms, leeches, and minnows. So we will attempt to set something up for that. And I think, for the sake of probably trying to land it semi-quickly, I think we'll use the bigger rods. So let's do a float fishing rig. Get all of the necessary things in place. Size 7 hook and a leech is on there, right? See if that works. Your character is secretly a military amputee? Maybe. Hopefully they're in here. That's one of two species I haven't caught. I haven't caught a bluegill yet either, somehow. Is there walleye? There are not, but there are sauger, which are very, very similar. In real life, if you want to catch some walleye or sauger offshore, use some earthworms with yellow/green marshmallows. It was... What's the name of that place? Oh, whoopsie. Wrong button. Something hit it. Anyway, what the heck was I saying? The Allegheny Reservoir. We were catching a lot of walleye there on, like, tube jigs. Strike one. Yeah, literally. I attempted to fix my slack and did the thing instead. Do you think Call the Wild will ever come to Switch? I doubt it. It's too graphically demanding, I think, for a Switch. I couldn't see what that was. I used to do a bucktail with Nightcrawler trailers. What do we got? Rainbow, I think? Schmoll guy. What about... I want to find bait that the rainbows won't hit. I bet they'd hit a minnow too, but we'll try it. What time are you on? It's afternoon here. It is almost 4 p.m. here, Eastern time. That golden's gonna hit it so fast it doesn't matter if there's any sauger out there. Get away from me. Hunting Sim is on Twitch? Hunting Sim is definitely not nearly as, like, graphically demanding, though. The fish look smaller when they're in the water? A lot of times they do, yeah. Can't wait to see them add tarpon, by far my favorite fish. Tarpon could be a cool addition. Where I live, we catch walleye by the hundreds just on a jig and a minnow. I could see it working. Walleye are such a good eating fish, too. On that trip that I was talking about, my cousin made beer battered walleye. It's got to be the best camp meal I've ever had. What's up, Mel? Call of the Wild was not built for the Switch. No, it was not. This game, maybe. I wouldn't say it's very graphically demanding in comparison. Let's bring this in a little bit. See if there's any sauger around here. We didn't unlock like a new body of water, right? I bet if we found the right lake, it would just tell us. Does this game have knots? It doesn't. That would be a cool thing. Never thought of that. That is not something I considered. Doc should be in Smash Ultimate. I'm sure you could hit up Nintendo about that. Crankbaits work for walleye where I'm from? It sounded to me like they'll hit a lot of things, which I guess many fish will. When does this come out? On PC, Wednesday. On console, we don't know yet. I like how we were getting super early hits and then nothing. I want to go around to the other side of the little pond here and just see if that helps. Considering we got 5 minutes before we switch games, I would like to catch something else. Did I miss anything? We fought a pike for like 20 minutes, only for me to read a super chat for 2 seconds and let the line tension get too high and snap it. That was cool. Probably a good chance that one would have been like 18 pounds or so, but we shall never know. From walleye and sauger, I use paddle tails and minnows. I hear a thing. Oh. A mouse? American, is it Pika or Pika? I would say Pika because of the Pokemons, but is that related at all? What if I want to catch a fish from this chair. Determined. Let's see. Oh, there is a fish over there. You should have your player take damage as if bitten by mosquitoes. Yeah, there's some realism you could add. Like Pikachu? Okay. The Pokemons? Indeed. How big are the diamond bass? I don't know yet. I haven't seen anybody catch one. Gotta be 8-9 pounds, if not more. Come on. I do like that certain fish kind of like... You'll get them messing with the bait a little bit and the bobber dips and bounces around. Other fish species, pike and bass in particular, they don't really mess around. They just hit it and go away, which is what I would expect anyway. Are we too far from the... Uh-oh. Yep. Too far from the... Sure. Not gonna be able to catch a fish from the chair. 10 to 12 pounds for a diamond bass? Yeah, it depends on what they're going for. I've seen diamond lake trout, and the diamonds for them are smaller than I thought. Why are we twinning again? What happened? What did we do? We wanted the fish from the chair? I really wanted to get a photo from the chair. I don't know if we could have seen it anyway. Oh well. And now we won't be able to catch anything. Hello? Our titles and thumbnails? Wait, did you do that too? I didn't look. That's stupid that you can't drag them on land? I like the mechanic that you have to think about where you're retrieving the fish. In that situation, I don't know if there's anything you can do about it, but like, let's say, let me bring this in here. Let's say that we had to bring in a fish like across that rock. We could let out drag and like work it around it rather than, you know, just snapping the line. When you're too far from the edge of the water, though, I don't know if there's any fixing it. RedneckJay, thank you for the 42 months, by the way. Welcome back. Hopefully the alert's going to decide to work, but I don't have any faith in it the way that it's been so far today. 2 minutes to weigh the hunter, indeed. One more fish. Let's go. Sent you a screenshot? Okay. Huh, go figure. At least we're doing separate games. When would it come out on console? We do not know a console release date just yet. I saw a fish. There's a big rainbow. See if he's interested. We'll just bring this over here. Probably too far from him still, but maybe he'll go get it. Looks like he's interested. Unfortunately, I'm not a huge fan of Way of the Hunter. That's fair enough. It's not everybody's game. In Way of the Hunter, 15 IRL minutes is an hour in game? I actually don't know the answer to that. So let's see, a rainbow realistically should kind of mess with this for a minute, based on my experience. And that is the case. Shouldn't be hard with this setup, 20-pound fluorocarbon to bring him in. That is a big one, though. How big? 14 pounds, so probably about 2.5 pounds shy of diamond. Not bad. Right on 4 o'clock, so that means it do be time to switch to Way the Hunter. Let's see if I can do that without having a black screen. I have a love-hate relationship with Way the Hunter. Any game that you play where you say, I hate this game, and then you go back like 20 minutes later, I know it's a love-hate relationship. Thick. Alright. Can I do it? Yes. Success. Okay. Wait. Why? Why you do this? There it is. Alright, we're good. What, Rainbow Scarecrow? I had a 17 something diamond. Maybe a 17.9? I think 17.7 was mine. Is it different per game? Let me look. Diamond Rainbow is where in here? This guy. 17.75 is my diamond. Alright. Don't know where the heck we are. Over in the middle of nowhere. It's 10:46 a.m. right now. We could go and check on the bighorn maybe from last week's video. Let's do that. Maybe there's variables? Are you sure they were 17.8? Maybe mine was right on diamond at 17.75. Oh, I forgot there's things here too. Hello. Mostly small males. By the way, everything's working age-wise for these guys. The mature bighorn are looking chunky though. Did something change? All 1-star mature, so we'll probably just pop one for the heck of it. Little quicker start in this than in theAngler today. Good deal. Don't know where we hit him, but we shall see. Mountain goat coming out of there too. Another one. How big are you? Female. 1-star. Well, at least we got something. Big shoes. It was 17.38, so it must be between like 17.5 and 17.7. Should I wait to get Way the Hunter on PS5 a while until a lot of the bugs get fixed? Are there that many bugs on Way the Hunter, like on console? I haven't heard of many issues. Some species in Way the Hunter, they're all mature. Oh, I thought the only issue was the youngs. Well, that could have been a mistake then. Where was he? I didn't even mark him. He's somewhere over here. He look, I mean, body-wise, do you know, Scarecrow, does it, like, does the actual model display, or is it only the label? Says mature, 46%. I could kind of believe it either way. We are still in Hunter difficulty mode, by the way, just to kind of see what that does. But what I wanted to do was, if I can get my thing to work, drop down into here via this road and see what the 4-star bighorn we saw last time looks like. So are the spawn rates and all the same on Xbox and PC? What you mean? I'm not sure. That's cool, Clayton. Do you have any pictures of that? Just shot a 5-star wild boar, and as I went to claim it, it despawned. TK has had that issue as well, and I don't know what causes it. That's why all my red deer are mature then. That makes sense. Huh. The fur and antlers will be the same as always? I was a little unsure about my red deer because I shot like a 3-star mature that looked very light in color, so I was worried that it was actually like displaying as young, but I guess not. Got my 3rd 5-star mule deer, still no whitetail. Speaking of that, we do have some whitetail to go and look at too. I think at best they're going to be a 4-star, but I haven't had a 5-star whitetail either. What are the aging levels in Way the Hunter in order? Young, adult, mature. Bet that was a big adult. He was 77% or something, so it doesn't matter. What do you like more, Way the Hunter or Call of the Wild? I've said this on numerous occasions, but basically my opinion is that on a day where like I'm really looking for a challenge or I'm looking for, you know, a more realistic hunting experience, Way the Hunter is definitely my go-to. If there's a day, like let's say, I think this is what's going to happen. If I hunt in real life and I don't see any deer all day, probably there's a good chance I'm coming back to Call of the Wild that night. If I hunt in real life and like, especially if I kill a deer, I'll probably do like a week straight away the Hunter. It's just gonna be so dependent? Yes, that's the word. Dependent on just like my mentality, like what I'm looking for on that day. Imagine not getting a 5-star whitetail as your first harvest. Imagine being Danny. I don't know. Bought a game yesterday and have already played it for 10 hours. Which game is that? Is this the new game? Yes. What do you like more? Yeah, it's dependent on the day. I can't remember if I heard it here, but it seems Adventure is bugged. Went to Hunter, and sure enough, I can finally get to within 100 meters without speaking anything. Zach, I don't know if he's still here. Zach was the one that told me that, and I've been playing with it. Maybe this makes me... Oh, God. We're lucky we survived that. Maybe this is slightly petty, but I had a comment the one day saying, this is way too easy, play on Hunter difficulty, as I was playing on Adventure, and it would seem it's bugged and Hunter is actually easier, so I appreciate that I was apparently making Adventure look easy, but it certainly is not easy. I spooked so many things in Adventure. What about Explorer? I think Explorer and Hunter are switched. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So I think you were on a difficult mode too. Are you going to play theAngler? Yeah, we spent the first hour of the stream playing theAngler today. In Way the Hunter Jaguar, there's no penalty for shooting grounded birds. Which I don't mind. I think that's fine. Okay, gotta be careful. Gotta take the road, otherwise we fall and die. Explorer got fixed recently. So they weren't even swapped? I had the same comment from some guy saying I can't say 5 stars are too easy if I'm playing on Adventurer. The only difference would be spooking the entire herd, and I don't feel like... Because the spawn rates are the same regardless of what difficulty you play on. I feel like the likelihood that you get a 5-star doesn't change much from one mode to the next. What are you building, Bryce? If you can say, I don't know. It's Adventurer and Hunter that are swapped still. Oh, okay. Hunter felt so much easier than Adventurer that I was worried that it was swapped with an even easier difficulty. Explorer got changed to be easier based on feedback. Adventurer is still bugged. So it's just Hunter and Adventurer being swapped, essentially? Can confirm Explorer is 100% fixed after the patch that messed up the animal age. Well, at least there's a plus in there. The animal age thing, I talked about it in yesterday's video. I don't mind it. Only because it's allowing me to try to get better at like field judging, and I feel like I've at least been forced to get a little better at it in the brief amount of time that I've had trying to do it. Now, I've avoided Nez Perce Valley for the most part because I've got a number of different animals that are like potential 5 stars maybe, and I really didn't want to have that mess things up, but I don't know. I feel like through field judging we can figure it out. The difficulty setting makes some people's trophies better than others, and I don't like that too much. I don't know, to me, if you shoot a 5-star on Ranger mode, like, you got my respect, because I certainly struggled on Adventurer, and even if Adventurer was meant to be Hunter, Ranger is still more difficult than that. But other than that, like, as far as I'm concerned, whatever difficulty you're playing on, if you're getting a 5-star, like, you're doing great. Putting together a puzzle and framing it, but I'm building my own personal frame and I'm struggling to build the design on the frame. I would probably also struggle with that. I'm not too good at stuff like that. Do you post any videos of you hunting in real life? Yes. In fact, a week from tomorrow will be the opener of the real life 2021 rifle season. So that video gets pretty intense. Every video from here on out on my channel will have a real life deer harvest. So I will leave it at that. And yeah, starting a week from tomorrow, 3 out of the next 4 weeks we'll have a hunting video. Saw this TikTok about a puzzle that's actually a maze while putting it together. I don't know how people come up with stuff like this, or complete it. I wouldn't be able to do that either. Difficulty does not give better animals, the only thing it changes is the spooking range. Highest difficulty gets rid of hunter sense and reduces photo mode range. Oh, I didn't know it. Huh. I didn't know it reduced the photo mode range. I feel like, to me, photo mode should either be locked to like post-harvest or its own thing. Like, I kind of wish you couldn't go into photo mode while hunting around. I know it, Zach. It is ridiculous down there. I'm thinking of starting a Call of the Wild channel, and I was wondering if you had any tips for getting started. Generally, my tips when it comes to making a YouTube channel surrounding any game is to make content that you would want to watch, like that you would enjoy. Ideally, content you enjoy making and would want to watch. That, when I got started in making content in the Hunter Classic, nobody back then was doing like daily kind of Let's Play style content. Most of the Hunter Classic content was either like reviews of new items or, you know, I shot a really big whitetail, here's a video of it. I shot a really big mule deer, here's a video of that. And then tutorial style stuff. I decided to take the approach because, you know, I was watching a lot of Let's Players of other games at that time. So I decided to do like Let's Play stuff. And it worked out really well. So like, if there's something that you want to see that nobody out there is doing, maybe a bunch of people are hungry for that type of content. I've honestly enjoyed taking photos more than hunting. That's what I was saying, like I wish it was just separate from the actual hunt. Good for cinematic shots for videos and stream intros. I'd be pretty sad if I couldn't get footage like that anymore. But could you not do that like let's say photo mode just made it so you can't carry a gun? You'd still have to walk around. There'd still be a limit on the range. But I don't know, I just dislike that you can use it to locate animals. Like, I've seen flying forward 75 yards, or whatever the distance is, and like spotting the animal and then going back and stalking up to it. I didn't... For a game that is as close to an authentic hunting experience as you can get, I just don't get why that's allowed. I can only imagine when they're going to release a fix for console. I would assume they're hard at work on that. They got the release out at the same time. Kind of like you had in Deer Hunter 2005, I think it was called Scouting Mode, where you just follow the animals around like you were playing. That's why they reduced it in Ranger, and that's actually more so what I'm getting at. By doing that, to me, it also almost makes it sound like they almost intend for you to use photo mode to locate animals. If they only reduce it in Ranger, you know what I mean? Your videos are so enjoyable to watch? Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. Deer Hunter 2005 was legendary. That game was so far ahead of its time. I think a 20-yard/meter maximum would make sense. I've had moments where, like, I've certainly appreciated the 75-meter or yard thing. I'll show you guys the video eventually. I was hunting along, and I saw a red fox go to cross one of the footbridges. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. So I went into photo mode, zipped over there, took pause game off, and I have really cool footage of this red fox just walking across the bridge. And eventually I'm going to make that the intro for Way the Hunter streams. That and some other footage I have of animals. I think I have a chamois feeding, maybe a mountain goat. But I don't know, I'd prefer if photo mode was just separate. It would be a different thing if the game didn't sell itself on being like an authentic hunting experience with the aging and all that, for me. Trail cameras would be awesome. I mean, spawns are persistent, you can watch animals grow. How cool would that be to go back and look at trail camera photos of a deer that you harvest? When's your big buck video come out? On this channel, it'll be September 27th, so less than a month away now. It'll be out on the Meat Hunters channel on September 23rd. I don't know where these bighorn are. Usually they're in this area, but I know they should be drinking now, right? What did bighorn do? I think all animals have this schedule, and I don't know if that's intended or not. but in theory they should be drinking. And that doesn't mean they're not, we just can't see the whole lake yet. I use photo mode whenever my blood trail disappears. I forget who else I was talking to that said about that. Like, if your blood trail disappears, for one, that's a bug, so I don't mind, like, using a workaround. But there is a thing, like, I've seen people use drones to try to recover dead deer. I'm not opposed to that necessarily either. Although, like, if it were one or the other, I'd just prefer that you can't use it. Not to say that I don't want you to recover your animals, I just mean as a whole, game mechanic-wise. Predators are different, yeah, but I kind of... Like, on one hand, I think it's good that all animals basically have the same schedule, because that doesn't mean you can go drink zone to drink zone to drink zone for 4 hours straight, you know what I mean? You almost gotta focus in on one species, or maybe two. So I do think that's good. Bothers me that I put the binoculars up to my chest. Is that a new thing? I didn't think that was a thing. I was playing the other night to record that Transylvania video. And like an hour in, I noticed that, and I thought I did something to bug it, but I guess that's been happening. What do you think of the Cabela's game, Big Game Hunter Pro Hunts? I don't know, I could never get into it. It's very similar to this game, which is odd, but it just wasn't my thing. I see no bighorn. This is the location of the... They call it the black bighorn sheep, or dark, I forget what they called it. And there was that big 4-star in the area. I just don't know where he has gone. We'll move over towards that rest zone region. And they could drink on the creek too, or the river. Whatever it is. Is it not because of the FOV? Is it? Where even is that now? Is it in video? Game? Which way do I need to go to make it? I don't like high FOV, but just for the sake of... Oh my god. Headache City. Okay, other way. Usually I just play games on whatever the default is. Seems like it is the same. A little better around 80. I'll leave it at this for now. Sounds good, Jaguar. Even when I don't have time to watch anything because of work, I still find time and enjoy your videos. Great job, man. Thank you, dude. I appreciate the long-standing support as well. You've been around for quite some time. I really do appreciate that. I think 95 is the sweet spot. I get horrible headaches with high FOV in games. I don't know what it is. It makes me dizzy. How'd you get early access to theAngler? So all of the, as far as I'm aware, all of the content creators from the Hunter Classic and Call of the Wild were like grandfathered in as content creators for theAngler. So like I didn't really do anything, which, you know, I certainly appreciated it from them. I can show too now that I have the thing set up. Literally during the stream while playing theAngler earlier. Apparently, Expansive Worlds sent out like a little care package thingy, and there's a, oh, I don't have it on, hold on, I get it. There's some neat stuff in there. I gotta zoom this way back out, but I'll get it. There's a hat, there's a poster, there's a little like tackle bag, little mini tackle box thing, and some smaller things like a compass, a keychain, a little wallet, multi-tool. Really cool stuff. I really appreciate them. Is my head? Yes. The fisheye lens effect is probably what makes you feel dizzy. Probably is. To be honest, actually, some old, like, the original version of the Tacticam, I think, fisheye, and that used to give me a headache watching stuff from that. The tackle bag is slick. Yeah, man. That's really cool that they did that. Wait, the hunter looks complicated. Yeah, constipated? Yes. Complicated compared to Call of the Wild. I like watching you play. Well, I appreciate that. It's more complicated and more simple at the same time. Like, aging is very straightforward, but if you take the approach of like hunting through every day, it can get very complicated. Like, you gotta choose what to go after, what to pass, all that good stuff. Oh, the FOB update. Okay. Well, don't mind me just experimenting then. Yes, I think it was that. On a mission to get a diamond of every species in Call of the Wild. Speaking of that, I gotta get back on Reventuli Coast and keep working with that. I'm still missing like 6 species. I missed the Hollywood deer like 4 days ago, and he literally hasn't popped back up since then. It's driving me nuts. So you go back to that area, he's not there. I haven't had a mission animal like spook or anything yet. I did bring the wrong gun the first time, so we went all the way back, grabbed the right gun and went back, and he was still there. Wade the Hunter is great even with the problems. It's really well done. I am of the opinion that if they can fix some of the issues, if they can, you know, add some new content, which they obviously intend to do, it could be right up there with the 2 Expansive Worlds games right now for top hunting game on the market. I just hope, because they have, like, on their roadmap, they have 2 maps planned. I really hope that's not the end of development. This game has so much life ahead of it if they really want to go far with it. And I hope that's that they're, you know, that they want to support it for years like Expansive Worlds does. What I think would make this game more realistic is if they made players buy tags, so they really would have to choose. And in real life, I don't think you go around shooting everything you see. That's one of those things where it gets tough, right? Is it better to go with the hyper-realism and require tags and making decisions that way? Or is it better to leave the fun aspect in and lean towards fun on that side of, like, balancing things out? Because if it's too realistic, you'll only have a very select percentage of, like, you know, people interested in hunting games that are actually going to play and spend money on it and all that stuff. Like, there has to be a balancing act that devs do, and I don't know, I think they've done pretty well here. Have you ever played Hunting Unlimited? Yes, I think I played all the Hunting Unlimited games at one time or another. From talking with the community manager, they seem to be planning to support it for a while, with the goal being the top hunting game ever created. They've got the groundwork, I'll give them that, as long as they can deliver on those promises. They should make you buy more things? Yeah, I do agree with that. Mountain goats. Now, how did I not see them? There's a 2-star young, but they might not actually be young. Not encouraging for my odds of spotting a bighorn if I can't see bright white creatures out here, but another 2-star? So they can't be 2-star youngs then. I really doubt it. That is a thing. I don't think 3-star youngs are a thing, though. Just most likely they're not 2-star youngs. They're probably adults. Sounds good, G. Where are the bighorn? To be honest, I haven't located them ever other than during that mission, so I don't even know where to be looking. Good time to learn, I guess. I know, Kyla, but that was a glitch. Have a hard time finding the game, or finding game even when exploring crouched? What difficulty setting you on? Progression in the Angler is very fast. I'll talk about that in tomorrow's video too, but I kind of hope that they maybe change like the progression system a bit, make it require more fish caught or just more time spent or something. Are you in She-Devil? Yes. I have a 4-star bighorn over here that I'm hoping is going to become a 5-star, and I don't know where he is. The worst part is, the day that I first saw him, I spooked him through here, and he ran through this pass, and I encountered his herd like 5 different times. And yet, here I am looking for them just once, and I can't figure out where they are. Sounds good, Fast Draw. Appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Oh. Mountain goat, not what I want. Since animals don't have zone times, how do you know when to look for animals at certain places? They do have zone times. It's inconsistent depending on the zone. So like if you pick up a drink zone, let's say, that when you identify it, the frequency of use is often, most times when you go to that zone, the animals will be in that area. If it's rarely or, I think there's 3 different options, but let's say it's very rarely, a lot of the times you're going to go there and they're going to be maybe in the general vicinity, but not right there where you expect. But most animals also have the same zone times. Like, it seems like any non-predator animal basically like drinks at 9 a.m., feeds after that, then rests. I think that's the order of it. Regardless, the drink time's at 9 a.m. and then again at 10 p.m. So you're not able to just like, you know, say, okay, bighorn drink at 7, then elk at 9, then mule deer at 11. Like, you can't go from species to species. Everything kind of drinks at once. So you got to make a decision and focus on that. And then maybe, you know, the next day you can look for something else. Jace, thanks for becoming a channel member, by the way. I certainly appreciate that. If you're not in the Discord already, be sure to join that, link up your YouTube Get the Member role, and all the good stuff that comes along with that, and enjoy the green name and emojis here in chat as well. On Hunter difficulty, you can stand and run up to 301 meters, stand and walk up to 220, and crouch up to 90, as long as you stop and use Hunter Sense to see when they are alerted. 90 is reasonable, I think, especially if that's actually meant for adventure. It seems like Hunter and adventure are kind of backwards. Well, I don't know where these fellers are hiding. The thing is, too, the moment I stand up and start walking, I'll send them running. I've done that so many times in this game. That said, I don't know where they are. No new zones. Never heard them take off. That's why I'm hoping they change the need zones away. The Hunter feels too much like Call of the Wild. I do like, again, that they basically put all animals on the same schedule, so you can't just, you know, farm the entire map all day. But, yeah, I wouldn't mind if zone times were just removed. Do you use callers? Rarely. I just need to use them and get them leveled up to where I can use the better calls. That's the reason I don't. The calls I have right now don't attract anything big, and I need to just buckle down and do that. Eagle Gamer, thank you for the 29 months. Big 2+ years. That is wild, man. Does not feel like that long. Time really flies, but I appreciate you, dude. Welcome back. The sound of walking down this road is very loud. Well, I'd say we're better off just going elsewhere up in here rather than being stuck on that. So where can we go? What about up that way? Or no, we don't even have... Where do we have access to? So I didn't buy this area. And I kind of did that on purpose, like I wanted to earn it through the missions. I don't know if I'm going to stick with that, but I don't even know if we can go this way. Jace, thank you for the super chat as well, by the way. Have you checked the key bindings? Can you change them now? Oh, you can. Nice. I need to do that because there's too many games now, and they all have different controls, and I need to just, like, simplify them. Is the difficulty switched? I think Hunter and Adventurer are switched, yes. Always lurking. Go whitetail hunting? I mean, we can. Found their feed zone towards the west. Near the mountain? Towards the west. Like, up higher? Well, either way, we'll just head straight up the mountain and see what happens. I want to change tab to M for map. As much, I like tab being map, but all my other games are M for map, and I think I'm just better off conforming Way the Hunter to that. How close do the deer have to be to level up the colors? You just have to get the deer like attracted and then shoot it and sell it. So like for instance, you could use the deer collar and just shoot 10 does. It wouldn't take that long. It's just like every time that I'm hunting deer and I have the doe collar, or the deer collar, I'll start calling in a doe, and then I'll see a buck and I'm like, well, that's a 1-star mature, that kind of needs shot. And then I just shoot the buck instead. I know, bottom boy, I'll get there. Falls off mountain. Killed an 8-point whitetail in real life back in January. Just got him back from the taxidermist. Nice. I'm a little behind on that one. I got mine in January and I'm still waiting. I think it depends. Like, some are... Like, there was a place I could have taken it that was a 6-month guarantee. That just freaked me out. I was worried that was going to be too quick. Does killing females hurt the herd at all in this game? Apparently, shooting females will result in less animals in general. I really haven't seen that effect yet, but maybe you need to shoot like a ton to really see the difference. Maybe I can't go up here. It looks climbable. Usually if there's grass, I find I can climb it. Your taxidermist is just going to take the antlers and skip town? Well, I was talking to a guy my brother works with. Oh, we are stuck here. Good. Anyway, he was there and he saw my buck was still sitting there. It looked like it wasn't too far away from, you know, being next in line from the sounds of things, but here we are still waiting. I say, I kind of want to go here, but I've sort of been there. I just haven't gone all the way up. Can we go from the other side? There's a path there. I just don't want to have to go all the way around. Maybe we'll take a Jeep that far. My taxidermist is 14 to 16 months out right now on deer shoulder mounts. I've heard a lot of places are. Like, just way behind. I don't know if it's... There has certainly been an influx of hunters since the pandemic started, which is kind of cool, but I don't know if it's that, or if it's just maybe they aren't able to work as much, maybe something to do there. I don't know what the reason is, but I have heard that is a thing for many taxidermists. I found a 4-star young moose. Was it likely the glitch? Speaking of glitches, does anybody know why this happens? And then it quit. Okay. Anyway, was it likely the glitch, or was I just lucky? I left it to become a 5-star, but I haven't found it since. Likely it was the glitch. Hopefully it wasn't like a 4-star mature that was ready to die. With the moose, you can tell pretty easily. If they have a really, like, white-colored back, that's like, I think they call it sun bleach or something. Basically, sun exposure turns the hair light in color. So if you see that, they're relatively old. Woo! 12 out of 12 driving up here. Having issues with back-ordered forms, that makes sense. Feels like everybody killed a good buck last year except me, that is. I was kind of feeling the same way, frankly, and then of course, you know, I got lucky at the end of the season, but I was looking around, Dad got one, your dad got one, a bunch of people I knew were able to get a buck, and I was just sitting there waiting. Sounds like just the turbo on the Jeep. Oh, sense make. Why do you like the number 12 so much? It was just this stupid meme that for some reason really caught on. I've told the story many times, but to really simplify it, one of my Discord moderators was like 17 at the time, and we used to just mess with him for being the youngest moderator, and we would say he's 12 years old because the Discord terms of service require you to be 13. So the joke was like, hey, you're not even old enough to have Discord, young lad. It wasn't like anything mean, it was just a dumb thing, right? So anyway, he played into it, and he would say, like, in the Discord, I'm 12, and somebody that he banned or somebody that he disciplined for whatever, you know, doing his moderator work, got mad, took a screenshot of that, and reported him, and got his account banned, and I just thought that was funny. So he stuck with the 12 thing. What's your best deer kill in real life? The one that I got this past year was 180 and 6/8 inches. I honestly, as a PA buck, I had no business killing anything that big. Like, the biggest buck I killed prior to that was 110, so to get one over 180 is nuts. There you go, bottom boy. 12 is 12, so don't act like one. There you go. Which system do you like better? What? Like, system for what? Didn't hunt this last year, but the year before I got a 6x5 muley. Nice. There you go, Caleb. Any bucks on public land are... I gotta be careful calling it a trophy because that could be misinterpreted, but I mean like a major accomplishment. Got my first 5-star whitetail a little ago and was about to shoot at 3-star. Thankfully I waited and he walked out. That's pretty cool. Cool way to have that go down. Where are you from in the USA? I'm from the UK. I'm from Pennsylvania in the US, kind of on the eastern side of the country. When are you going to play the Angler? We did an hour of the Angler at the beginning of the stream. Got 26 minutes still of Way the Hunter to go. Much like in the Angler, by the way. We had a pretty early kill with the bighorn. We got a perch early on. Then we hooked into a pike that took 20 minutes. Ended up snapping the line on that. And now we're back, you know, doing the same thing in Way the Angler. Way the Hunter, where we haven't shot anything in a while. Danny, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I'll be ecstatic if I get any deer my first year. Honestly, I think it helps too if you can get one your first year. I wouldn't be, like, looking for a first, I wouldn't be picky. Way the Hunter has become my favorite hunting game of all time. What is yours? I mean, the Hunter Classic's always going to be special for me, so oh, I forgot that I had marked. I thought I marked a lake. I marked a bend in the road. That's okay. Anyway, yeah, Classic's always going to be special for me. We'll see where Way the Hunter goes, though. If they're still adding new content, say in like 5 years, and they're improving things, and I would say staying within like the vision for the game as is right now, it well could become my favorite. It really could. That is a bug, Timothy. Some species are displaying as all young, and apparently, didn't learn this till today, some are displaying as all mature, so it is most likely as a 3-star, either an adult or a mature. It's just, the label is incorrect calling it young. Is that pronounced Joni? I hope. Hopefully I got the right. Thank you for the super chat and the super sticker. I certainly appreciate it. Killed a nice 4-point elk last year. Nice. That's 4x4, I assume, right? Way the Hunter has a ton of potential. They're very active with their community. They definitely, they've, like I said earlier, they have the groundwork for something really, really special. Is that a bug on consoles also? Good question, I think. How do I become a member? I think, yeah, there's a thing for that. Blue wall down there. Opossums and ospreys. What's going on, man? Have you ever gotten the chance to hunt out west? Yes and no. In 2020? We were supposed to go on a pronghorn hunt, got drawn for a region, and unfortunately, G-Man, the guy I was supposed to go with, wasn't able to like get off work to go, and I was like so completely no idea what I'm doing. I was just like, well, I guess I won't go either. So that one didn't work, and then this past year I was sure we were going to get drawn, and we did not. So, yes and no. How tall are you? 2 feet tall. The system for killing or stars? I like Call of the Wild's scoring system better. I like Way the Hunter's hunting mechanics better. Just wanted to say I'm very glad I found your channel, and watching some of your videos has helped me with Call of the Wild. Just wanted to say thanks for putting out the content. My pleasure, man. This has been something that like I always wanted to do from a pretty young age. I've talked about it in other videos. Like, it was always, when I was really, really young, I thought it would be the coolest thing to like hunt for a living, basically. So I'd see guys like Jury Outdoors and what is Primos? It's not Primos Outdoors. Well, regardless, those types of things. I'd like watch hours on end of their hunting stuff, and I always thought that would be the coolest thing to get to do one day. And to a degree, I get to. You know, I film my real hunts as well, but also even in games like Way the Hunter or Call of the Wild and stuff, getting to make content in that similar way. Tough when you don't know the age of these guys. I don't think we'll shoot the 3-star. There's a pretty good chance that one is... It could still be a mature that has room to grow. I know that, according to the encyclopedia, the really old ones start to get like a little less of a defined difference between like the color of their neck and the rest of their body. The rest of their body kind of gets like brownish. But of course, they all say young, so it makes it a little bit, don't know how I did that, a little bit tougher to make a decision. I say, is that the 3-star there? Yes. Then what's this one? It is a hiding in the trees one. Is there rabbits? There are on Transylvania. I don't think there's any on Nez Perce Valley. That guy actually does look young to me. I'm thinking like the 2-star is the way to go if I can figure out where he is again. Was he this one? 1 star. I swear there was a 2. I don't know. We can take a 1 star and hope for the best. So the one behind the 3. Of course, he's kind of walking out where the 3 star is. That one looks solid enough. Zach, thank you for the super chat, by the way. If you play the development branch in the betas, the ages are fixed for the most part. I didn't know that was the thing. Wait, ooh, almost shot the wrong elk. Last super chat, by the way, because I'm going broke. I appreciate you, man. Don't go broke. Good to know that they're fixing that, though. What? What? Was that not 300 yards? 250? Huh. Well, that went well. We may still get an opportunity at long range. Duck meets pterodactyl? What are you talking about? Oh, the wild ducks? 500, still not stopping. Yeah, they're kind of stopping. That one back there did. This has changed. So basically, if it's not a huge looking male, which both of those kind of are, I was going to attempt the shot anyway. The way the hunter mallard's head, no joke, looks like a paleontologically accurate velociraptor. I couldn't even say it, but yes. I don't know where that one last bolt, there was one that was like lagging way behind. Success. What's up, Dilly? Where did they go? Kind of scooting down into there. I mean, maybe we can get them. The ducks scare me when I'm hunting moose. They're way too loud. They definitely need to fix that. Any advice for whitetail going nuts trying to find fields so early in game? I find Diamond Drills area in the southeast is really, really good. I find most of my whitetail like south of kind of like the center of the starting area. So like right about here where these little islands are in the river. South of there I find more whitetail. A map like Hirschfelden style on this game would be perfection. You could even do drive hunts and stuff like that. You mean like a thicker forested area? Is that what you're going for? Are there turkeys there or not? Which is interesting. Kind of surprised there are no turkeys in this game, but we got enough of them in Call of the Wild. They call it Diamond Drills because you get monsters down there. Proven theory made by yours truly. Is that so? They must have... They must be right above the road. I don't know. We'll keep on scooting over here and see if we can see them. I hope they had turkeys. They may. Could happen. Probably. I don't know. I just played the game. Same here, man. Do you know how to fix the blood trail disappearing issue? I don't know that there is a fix for it right now. I do know that trying to, like, go for neck shots and stuff to insta-drop stuff sorta could help to alleviate that, but there seems to also be a bug where sometimes insta-kills, the animals like fall through the map or something, they disappear. So it's a little tough to work around at the moment. There they are, I see them. Right, there's one of them. That's even one we could take if he was broadside, but that's just not the case. Have you ever been hunting in Maine? Never before. One day that'd be a cool thing to get to do. What are your favorite muley or whitetail spots? Well, the lake in the far southeast corner is definitely my favorite for mule deer down here. Where's that? Here, I think. I've got some really nice whitetail. Now, I never did get the zone. I gotta do that. But we'll go and check on them in a little bit. I don't think... Has anybody seen an animal grow like 2-star ratings in one day? I'm pretty sure that's not possible, so at best we might have a 4-star there. But I still want to go and look and see what's going on. About 520 yards if we can ever see one again. Are you going to play Call of the Wild? Not on this stream. There is one right there. That might be one of the 3s, though. What about that guy that's... If he walks out into that gap, we'll take the shot. Even 18 times zoom isn't really enough to do what I want, but that one right there that's feeding. A few more steps forward, we can try it. They render 800 meters if flat, longer if you're elevated, yes. In one day, no, but I did hear a story in the Way the Hunter Discord that someone monitored a deer from 3-star adult to 5-star mature. I do know that that's possible. But yeah, I think you need several days for that to happen. A good spot for big male elks? I haven't had a lot of success with elk yet, so I don't know if I'm the best person to ask. Yeah, of course, he's going to go through that gap quickly. 500 yards is too far to rush a shot, sadly. You want to come back the other way? At some point, this is no longer worth the time. What's that coming down that way? I think it was a cow. Do you think I'll get a whitetail great one before you get a bear great one? The rate I'm going, probably. I've not been efficient in the great one grinds. You really gonna trot right through there and then... Why do you all hate me? All of them move quickly through the gap, and you can't... Shooting through trees is a bad idea in this game, generally. That's a cow. Sounds about right. There is another bull there, but I think he's kind of a good one. No, that one's not huge. Okay, take 2 steps, slowly. Maybe a little more than 2. Come on. Is there albinos? There are mission animal rares. I don't know if any are albino. No random spawn rares at the moment, but that is something they intend to add to the game. Getting outwitted by these elk. I don't know if I'm getting outwitted. They don't even... They don't know they're doing it, but they're definitely winning. Where can you find black bears? I do find a lot of black bears up in the mountains. Southwest generally is pretty good for them, as well as in the north. Come on. One step. Derby Boy, thank you for the super chat. Did you comment on my comment from yesterday's video? I commented on quite a few. I'm not sure. What was your comment? Maybe I can remember. These elk hate me. They need to add rares or non-typicals very badly. Not enough variation at the moment. I mean, how many species are there in this game? Like 30-ish? 20? 25? I think there's enough animals that will be okay for a while, but certainly that is something that will be needed eventually. I really don't want to just yeet a shot into the herd either, but... That guy. I think we got him. Maybe. Well, he kind of sped back up. I don't know. That might not even be the one. Now we go see. I was getting in yesterday and realized I had over 100 hours in this game already. I'm going a little further than me. I'm at 87 so far, but I feel it. About a prize. I vaguely remember that. Currently on a Transylvania mission where I'm supposed to find a friggin' rabbit for the vampire guy's property missions. Thank you again, Derby Boy, for the super chat. Yeah, like I kind of slightly remember. What type of bow do you use in real life? I've always wanted to try to getting into the archery side of hunting. Rifle guy here, but I have no idea where to start equipment-wise. Okay, so in 2021, if you've been watching or keeping up with any of those hunting videos, I was using a... How did my marker get over there? That's not where it was. Was it? I'm never going to find that now. How did that happen? Darn it. I'll try. I thought it was over here, though. Anyway, I was using an Obsession Nitro HC. Obsession's a good entry-level bow because they're effective, they're pretty, like, affordable. Around $1,000 usually for a bear bow for an Obsession, which is definitely on the low end. And you know, while they're not the best, they get the job done. This coming season, I'll be using a Darton Spectra E32. Those are definitely a little, like, the next step up. That one's, I think, a $1,300 bow. You know, bear bow. Not the company bear, but I'm saying, like, nothing but the bow. Well, those elk spooked. So at least we kind of know the odds that I run across blood when my marker got moved. There's bear tracks. More bear tracks. I kind of thought they were like up on this hillside somewhere. Yeah, Dilly. They sent one for me, Kyla, and my brother. So that was really cool. And I like them a lot. Very, very quiet, which obviously is rather important when it comes to bows. And I find they fit well. The draw cycle's nice. They're just good bows. They should really add bows and different grain arrows to Way the Hunter. Yeah, the way that the calling mechanics in particular work in game trails and stuff, I think archery hunting in this game could be a lot of fun. Probably would require patience, but could be pretty good. Sucks, there's potentially a dead elk lane around here, but the odds that we find it are not in our favor. I'm just hoping to see like a blood track illuminate. I need to get a new compound soon. What do you have right now? Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, Derby. No, that's probably a fake account. I think I know what you're saying now. I thought you were saying you asked something about a prize, but you're saying that there was like a Flinter account that replied about that? That would be not me. If you look at any reply I make, the name, like my channel name, will have a different color, or at least like it's sort of highlighted, and the little check mark for being verified will be there, so you can always tell the difference. Saw a 4-star moose, checked up on him for 3 days, and he was still a 4-star. Oh, so I decided to take him. He was a 98%. I'll be honest, I would have guessed he would have made it to mature within 3 days. I can't blame you for that move. Okay, so that's where the elk are. I was kind of figuring we'd just go in the direction that they had went and see if we could stumble into the blood. I still don't know how that marker got moved. I must have hit the button by accident. Maybe we'll get a second chance at one of these. Although last time that went well, so I don't know. Unless they go up over the hill, which maybe they will. Yep, they don't care. Okay. New plan. Go somewhere where that won't happen. Just got a year-old PSE Bow Madness Unleashed for Unleashed, that's part of the name. For $200. That is a good deal. It's a year old? Wonder why he was selling it for $200. That's interesting. Okay, so this is the area where I had 2 3-star whitetail and one that I thought really had good potential. They were kind of up in that general vicinity, I think. Unless it was over there, but I thought it was on the right. I had something similar. I had a 3-star mule deer, and he was 3 for forever, so he finally became a 4. I took him, oh, he was 99.97. See, that's where I get a little bit confused. Like, I had quite a number of 4-stars for mule deer on this map, and it felt like I passed like 6-8 days, none of them became 5s, and I took a couple of them, and so far I think it's been okay. One was like 87%. That may have had a chance to reach 5-star, but oh, there's some mule deer out there. My like understanding of aging clearly isn't perfect yet. Watch any Cameron Haynes? I used to watch a lot of his stuff. A guy that can run marathons and shoot huge bull elk and stuff. If I could ever get to that point. Braden, thank you for the super chat. Killed my first diamond whitetail last night. Congrats, man. How big? Is a bow quiver necessary for archery in real life? I have a leather tube quiver that attaches to my belt loop, but I don't really want to test broadheads versus leather. I would say there's two ways you could go with this. I generally shoot with my quiver on, and that ensures that I'm going to have arrows, you know, right there at hand if I need to grab another arrow or anything. And it also ensures that it's not going to be rattling around like in a tree stand or anything. A belt quiver could have the potential to catch on stuff. Now, if you take it off your belt and like hang it in the tree, you're probably good. But it just depends on the type of hunting you're going to be doing. 223 for tier 2? Yes. I love camera names. Seems like a really rad guy. I know a couple days ago he killed a nice looking bull elk. Oh, really? Sounds like what he would do. I swear I'm hearing sounds. So do mule deer all display as mature? It's looking that way. Oh, they're ducks. I knew I heard something. Are any of you guys big? Looks like they all display as young. So I wonder, like, maybe Zach knows because he was saying about, like, test servers or something. Will the fix be retroactive? Like, if you shoot a, say, a 5-star thing that says young, will it fix in your stats to be mature when the fix eventually comes? I'm getting a little worried about where those whitetail were, because I thought I knew, and I'm starting to think maybe I didn't. Braden, thank you again. He was at 275 on Mexico. That's just about as big as they come, man. Pretty nice. I did not like how balanced with the quiver it was, so I took it off. Yeah, it depends on the quiver. I had like a 4-arrow quiver on my Hoyt that was just, for me, it was too much. 3-arrow quickie quivers, I find they're good. And if you end up not liking them, or if you end up in a setup that maybe there's branches that are trying to catch on the quiver, you can always just take that off and you're usually good to go. I don't find it messes with my point of impact at all. That guy looks like he might have potential. Now again, it's incorrect that it says they're all mature. This guy definitely is. Being all uneven like that, he's not going to be that good. I think I had the 300 by accident. Probably anything except for these two we could take. We'll probably take this funky looking guy up front. They said that it won't appear as such in the logs for the first patch, but they'll be working on that after the current development build is finished. Okay, fair enough. These are just some old looking mule deer does. They all look super gray. Do you like the 308 or the 7mm odd 8 more? I mean, the 308's more powerful, so probably that. You want to turn a little bit more broadside? No? This way I'm going to take one of the broadside ones then. Hey, I did a thing. Taming kickback. Not trying to lose another thing that we shot, so whenever he goes down, which should be right in there, let's see what that achievement perk thing was. 20% less recoil. Now it's still counting the 308 as a lever action, which is odd, but Call of the Wild has a similar issue. Funny enough. Just ordered a Hoyt Torex XT. Too bad bow hunting is illegal in Norway, so it's just for fun. Boy, you went for basically top of the market, huh? Blood. Where's deer? Unless it got up and ran. Hello? Did it disappear? I don't see any additional blood. Oh wait, yeah I do. So maybe it did get back up. But where did it go from there? I never even saw it. Despawn glitch again? I'm a little worried that it may have been. He probably rained, you didn't wait for it to expire? Yeah, it did. I forgot that the game doesn't continue when you pause. 58%. Small guy. I ran up the hill. I'm glad you guys are watching, because I never saw it go. Okay, all small. So, you know what we might do? We might just walk up and around here. I know the whitetail were like up in maybe that area. I want to look and see if I can at least find the zone. Even if the deer aren't there, I'd like to know where that is. Thumbnail making time. Oh my god, it's 5 o'clock. I didn't know that. Can I say what it's for? Or not yet? He just wanted to go for one last swim? Well, he was effective at that. Well, that'll confirm it well enough. So yeah, Kyla's trying to make a thumbnail, or I'm trying to get me to help make a thumbnail for some content on her channel. So I'm going to say should be sooner rather than later. We'll see if she finds my thumbnail abilities to be sufficient or not. There's a chance that it may not be as soon as we'd want if her standards are not met by what I can do with the thumbnail, but we shall see. When will the vid be out? That is a good question. Like I said, hopefully sooner rather than later. The video needs like one tiny thing adjusted, and then obviously the thumbnail, so could be really soon. This isn't even the field I was thinking of. Well, anyway, we were able to catch some fish. We were able to shoot some stuff. Unfortunately, we lost the elk. But we got the bighorn. Couldn't find that 4-star, so that'll be interesting to go back and look for. And got at least one subpar mule deer out of the herd. And I don't know, maybe we'll go back and catch a pike that doesn't snap our line next time we get into the angler. But anyway, that is going to do it for this stream. That's something I really enjoyed. I think we'll definitely do more combination the angler and hunting game content. And we'll see when we get to do that again. So anyway, thank you guys once again for hanging out today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. And I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.